To every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law. We see this every day in our life. There is a constant action and reaction that takes place within us, around us. So, whenever there is a threat to our physical being, we have this response or a reaction of fight or flight. And this is true to every living being on this earth. Everyone is working or acting towards their survival by these two responses or reactions, that's of fight and flight. But as a human being, we have this response to our social well-being also. So when we are interacting with an external stimulus or an external environment, our mind is giving a running commentary of how the life is unfolding around us. It gives us a judgment about what to speak and what it is analyzing about the people around it and who is speaking and what they are speaking. In that response, we try to answer, we try to present, we try to speak so that it is a least threat to our social well-being. Hence, whatever we are acting, it is usually to protect our physical, emotional and social well-being. But as a human being, we have got a tremendous ability to pause before any reaction or response. Action and reaction goes so much simultaneously at times that we forget that we have this power to pause before we respond or react. Hi, I'm Dr. Deepa Shetty here. I'm speaking from a clinic called Saukhyam. The mission of Saukhyam is well-being of all. So, when I say pause, what does that mean? Aren't we pausing? Isn't that whenever I speak, I just don't speak randomly? I do pause and I do speak, taking in consideration what is needed from me to be spoken about. But this is what we need to understand. Pause is such a beautiful power that we have as a human being, that we can actually have in our relationship, in our career, in our whole well-being, even in our health. Pause can be a beautiful tool for you to enhance in every spheres of life. So when I speak now in pause, let's speak with respect to the communication. So when I'm listening to somebody, if I'm able to pause, it will give the opposite person a full space and a safe space to express themselves. Sometimes we are listening, but we are not listening. We are just waiting to talk. We are not talking, but just we are waiting that when this person is going to finish and I am going to talk what I want to talk. I want to give comment on this line that this person spoke. I want to tell him this advice so that this person can really not crib about the whole situation. I would want to go and soothe this person by this way of talking so that this person is feeling better. So I am constantly thinking what to talk next rather than listening to the emotion of the person. The power of listening with a pause is such that so many times the rigidity of the opposite person can soften and probably the person is ready to take your viewpoint and without even you asking for it. So many times we try to talk, we try to give advice, but nobody is listening out there. The person out there is not feeling listened. But the power of pause can give you so much of it. So many times in my conversation, just by pausing out there and listening to the emotion of the person has got me to a space and a place wherein the person is ready to be what it requires the person to be. The person is ready to move from his limitations, move from his stress, and move from the way he is looking at life to the life that can enhance his life in a better way. Isn't that a big power that you can have within you? So much we want to protect our loved ones, so much we want to really make our loved one feel better, that so much we get flowed in their emotions that we really forget the pause can do all the work. Even when I am acting in my daily life, I act so much through a feeling or from a judgment or a fear that I forget that a pause can actually come out there and I can act through my goals, through my priorities, through my value. So when I'm in a conversation, rather than, there's an action, somebody speaking and I'm reacting to it, I can take a pause and react or respond from my ability of the value system that I have. So a small example can be if a kid is trying to get angry on you, okay, or somebody out there is actually not behaving the way you want them to behave, a pause can make them realize the mistake. A pause can make you actually respond to your value system and probably say that I understand that you're feeling not so great right now, but I would want you to see that this also can be a perspective to the same situation that you're dealing with. It gives us a very different and a wiser way to look at the situations. A simple pause can make you go through your own emotion, listen to others' emotion, and probably the situation can be handled very maturely. Being responsible is acting and responding very consciously to the situation. We don't have to look good all the time, but we don't have to look bad either. But constantly trying to be good may not allow you to express your emotions. So what's important is be true to your emotion, learn to communicate it by learning to take a pause. And that is very big power. We are so restless in pause that we don't want to take it. We want to constantly act, react, and pause is lost somewhere in between. If you take a pause, probably the next action can come from within you, from who you are, and probably it will allow you to be the best you are. Isn't it a beautiful way to exist? Answering somebody, questioning somebody, listening to somebody, giving advices to somebody, everything can be the way it unfolds in the given situation by simply taking that little pause between your action and reaction. The reaction becomes response when you take a pause. So that pause has to be practiced every day, while you're eating, while you're watching your favorite serial, while you're reading, while you're doing your kitchen work, while you're working in your office, while you're meditating. Everywhere, if you learn to take a pause, you will have a lot of space in between that action and reaction to be yourself. That's the power of pause. Hope today we'll pause a bit, take the deep breath, and realize and breathe in those life and realize the life within you is so much working towards your well-being, and how much you're just one pause, that just one deep breath, that just one relaxed movement can help you to relax all the stresses of life and help you to be the best of yourself. Hope this video has added some value to your life. Do write in the comment section how did you like it. Thank you and see you again.